Hello, welcome to Papa Nick's Music. I am, as always, your host, Papa Nick Lewis. And this week we are smack dab in the middle of Beach Bowl. Ooh. As I explained last week, now that we're getting to the playoffs of the NFL season, my thoughts turn towards competitive tournament seeding. Last year, around this time, I did Monkey Bowl, where I pitted 8 Monkees albums against one another in a track versus track tournament. This year, I'm being slightly more ambitious, and we are doing the Beach Bowl that features albums by the Beach Boys paired off against one another in a track versus track format. Last week, I did the pre-Pet Sounds era. So that was everything between Surfin' Safari from 1962 and Summer Days and Summer Nights. I had to check my notes real quick, from 1965. This week I'm doing the Pet Sounds to Holland era, starting with Pet Sounds, obviously ending with Holland. Last week was nice and easy because I had 8 albums once I took out, the concert and the Christmas album and Beach Boys Party and, stuff like that. I had 8 albums, all 8 of them had 12 tracks. It was easy to set up. This week, it's a little bit harder once I take out the, in concert and stuff like that. I've got 9 albums rather than 8. Excuse me. And I don't have 12 songs on every album the way I did last time. So what I've decided to do, bear with me, there are a couple of albums, there are I think 3 albums that do have 12 tracks. One has 13, Pet Sounds has 13 tracks. One has 8, Carl and the Passion's So Tough, and one has 9, Holland, because I'm not counting Mount Vernon and Fairway. That does not exist in my universe. So what I decided to do was I decided to first I altered Pet Sounds. To get it down to 12 tracks, all I did was eliminate one track. And the one track to eliminate made perfect sense to me. It was Sloop John B. I've got nothing against Sloop John B. I think it's a wonderful song. But it doesn't really fit thematically with the rest of the album. So, take it out and, okay, we got a rock solid 12 track album with Pet Sounds. The next thing I did was I decided to take Carl and the Passion's So Tough out, just completely. There are too few songs. It's not going to work, and I am now thinking of the individual tracks on Carl and the Passion's So Tough as free agents that I can then sign to other records. And so for every album that is 1 or 2 or 3 tracks short, I just gave them tracks from Carl and the Passion's So Tough. And I did this in order. So, excuse me, the first, the first album chronologically that was under 12 tracks was Smiley Smile. Smiley Smile has 11 tracks, so it needed a 12th track. So it got the first track from Carl and the Passion's So Tough, which is You Need a Mess of Help to Stand Alone. Okay? So first track went there. Second track went to Here She Comes, went to Wild Honey. Tracks 3 and 4, He Come Down and Marcella, both went to Surf's Up, which only had 10 tracks. Tracks 5, 6, and 7, Hold On Dear Brother, Make It Good, and All This Is That, went to Holland. I deliberately went out of my way not to pick songs I like to go with albums I like or anything like that. I just went by running order and chronology. So as albums fell short, I just started taking from the top of Carl and the Passions, right? So it's not fair, but it's as fair as I'm going to get in this kind of a format. So today what we're going to do is we're going to work through a track versus track tournament of these now 8 albums between Pet Sounds and Holland. We're going to have our preliminary round first with all 8 albums. Then we're going to be down to 4 albums for the quarterfinals, and then we'll be down to the final 2 albums for the semifinal, which will determine which of these 8 albums meets next week with the Beach Boys Today in the grand final championship. Cool? Cool. Before we get into any of this stuff, got to do the subjectivity notice. Artistic appreciation, we firmly believe here at Papa Nicks Music, is an inherently subjective thing. There's no such thing as objectively good or objectively bad music. There's only music that we like and music that we do not. And as long as we keep that in mind, this is a wonderful conversation. It's fun, it's entertaining, it's informative, it's a chance to see the world from somebody else's perspective, and that is always a good thing. The conversation goes off the rails real quick, though, when one or the other of us starts insisting on being seen as objectively right. So I'm not doing that. I'm not saying that song A is objectively better than song B. I'm saying I like song A better than song B. You might think that song B is better than song A, and that is fine. Feel free to drop a comment down below to tell me the decisions I've made that you disagree with. That's a fun conversation. But as soon as you start telling me that track B is objectively better than track A, that's when we're going to run into problems. Cool? Cool. So I'm not making objective judgments or objective statements, and I'd appreciate it if you would do the same in the comments. Now, with that said, let's do this thing. We've got the Pet Sounds to Holland era. Like last week, I've split them into two groups. I've ranked them, or I've rated them, seeded them from 1 to 8 based on order of release. And I'm pairing the odds together and the evens together. The highest available meets the lowest available. So the earliest album, the number 1 seed, meets the 7th album, the lowest odd seed. Number 3 meets number 5. In the even bracket, number 2 meets 8, and 4 meets 6. And then those two winners go, and then those two winners go. Cool? Cool. And our first matchup features our number 1 seed. The earliest of these is 1966's Pet Sounds against the number 7 seed, 1971's Surf's Up. Oh, forgot to mention, in the event of a tie, and we had a tie last week, in the event of a tie, I've got my coin, the winner will be determined with a coin flip. Okay, here we go. Pet Sounds v. Surf's Up. First track on Pet Sounds is Wouldn't It Be Nice? The first track on Surf's Up is Don't Go Near the Water. This is easy. Wouldn't It Be Nice is a lovely song. Don't Go Near the Water is not. Pet Sounds gets a check. Pet Sounds gets a check. There we go. Track number 2 on Pet Sounds is You Still Believe in Me, a lovely little song. Track 2 on Surf's Up is Long Promised Road. I've said several times that the main reason I'm a Beach Boys fan is that I am a Carl Wilson fan. I love his voice. I love his guitar playing. I love his composing skills. He couldn't write lyrics for shit, but he wrote wonderful music. And he wrote Long Promised Road, and it is a wonderful tune. Long Promised Road takes the nod. Track 3 on Pet Sounds is That's Not Me. Track 3 on Surf's Up is Take a Load Off Your Feet. Take a Load Off Your Feet is goofy fun. That's Not Me is an actual real song, so we're going with That's Not Me. Track number 4 on Pet Sounds is Don't Talk, Put Your Head on My Shoulder. Track number 4 on Surf's Up is Disney Girls. Now, as much as I've admitted that I love Carl, I've also mentioned several points along the way anytime I talk about the Beach Boys, and I'm not a big fan of Bruce Johnston. I'm sure he's a nice guy. Bruce, if you're watching this, I'm sure you're a nice guy. I don't mean this as a personal attack, so please don't take it as one. But I just don't care for his songs that much. It does not scratch an itch for me. That being said, Disney Girls is far and away his best song. So yeah, Disney Girls over Don't Talk, Put Your Head on My Shoulder. Track number 5 on Pet Sounds is I'm Waiting for the Day. Track number 5 on Surf's Up is Student Demonstration Time. Mike Love trying to be relevant with the youth of the day. And didn't work very well, so I'm going with I'm Waiting for the Day. Y'all keep letting me forget to mark these things. Track number 6 on Pet Sounds is Let's Go Away for a While. Lovely little instrumental. Track number 6 on Surf's Up is Feel Flows, the other Carl written song on Surf's Up. So yeah, we're going with Feel Flows. I love that song. Track number 7 on Pet Sounds, God Only Knows. Remember, we've skipped Sloop John B. Track number 7 on Surf's Up, Looking at Tomorrow, a welfare song. Well, that's not even a fair fight. Referees should be stepping in to stop that from going any further at all. God Only Knows in a landslide. Track 8 on Pet Sounds is I Know There's an Answer. Track 8 on Surf's Up is A Day in the Life of a Tree. This is so easy it's not even funny because I cannot stand A Day in the Life of a Tree. Whereas I Know There's an Answer. So, I Know There's an Answer gets that one. Track 9 on Pet Sounds. Track 9 is Here Today. On Surf's Up, track 9 is Till I Die. I like Here Today. It's a wonderful song, but Till I Die is just, it's one of my Grand Champion Hall of Fame favorite Beach Boys songs. I love Till I Die. Wonderful song, and it gets the nod. Track 10 on Pet Sounds, I Just Wasn't Made for These Times. Track 10 on Surf's Up is the title track, Surf's Up. Okay, this is hard. Arguably my favorite songs on both of these albums. Both Grand Champion Hall of Famer all-time favorites. If I were going by music, by the composition of it, I'd probably go Surf's Up. If I'm going lyrics, I'd probably go I Just Wasn't Made for These Times, because Tony Asher's lyrics resonate with me more strongly than Van Dyke Parks' lyrics do. But I'm going I Just Wasn't Made for These Times. It's a squeaker, and I fully understand if I've got comments down below. People furiously typing right now, how dare you. I understand picking Surf's Up. Track 11 on Pet Sounds is the title track, Pet Sounds, the second of the two instrumentals, and it's up against the Free Agent, the third track from Carl and the Passion's So Tough, He Come Down. I like He Come Down. It's a good song, but it's no Pet Sounds, so we're going with Pet Sounds. And then finally, track 12 on Pet Sounds is Caroline No. Where did your long hair go? Oh. Versus track 12 on Surf's Up, the other Free Agent from Carl and the Passion's So Tough, track 4 from that album, Marcella. I really like Marcella. I think that's a great song. But it's no Caroline No. So Caroline No gets that one. Which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-4. Pet Sounds beats Surf's Up by a score of 8-4. Pet Sounds advances to the quarterfinal. The other odd preliminary round bout, I'm not sure what to call these things, is the third seeded album, Wild Honey from 1967, up against the fifth seeded album, 2020 from 1969. This will be interesting. I really like both of these albums. Track 1 on Wild Honey is the title track, Wild Honey. Track 1 on 2020 is Do It Again. And I like both of these songs an awful lot. But I think I'm going to go with Do It Again. I think it's got legs that Wild Honey doesn't have. So, track 2 on Wild Honey is Aren't You Glad? Really like Aren't You Glad? And it goes up against track 2 on 2020, which is I Can Hear Music. I Can Hear Music, Carl's debut as a producer, and one of his better vocals. And even though it's a cover, I got to go with I Can Hear Music. I love that song. Track 3 on Wild Honey, another Carl-led cover. We've got his version of Stevie Wonder's I Was Made to Love Her versus Bluebirds Over the Mountain on 2020. That's easy. I Was Made to Love Her. Bluebirds Over the Mountain. Never been a real favorite here at Papa Next Music. Number 4 on Wild Honey. Track 4 is Country Air. On 2020, track 4 is Be With Me, A Part of Me. Yeah, I'll go with Be With Me on that one. Country Air is nice, but Be With Me I think is a prettier song. Track 5 on Wild Honey is A Thing or Two. Track 5 on 2020 is All I Want to Do. This is the Dennis song, not All I Wanna Do from What's that from? That's Sunflower, right? Yeah, that's from Sunflower. This is the Dennis's Rocker on 2020, and I'm going to go with A Thing or Two. I like that song better. No offense, Dennis. Number 6, track 6 on Wild Honey is Darlin'. Ooh, the hit off of off of Wild Honey. And that goes up against 2020's The Nearest Faraway Place, which is a lovely little tune, but it's no Darlin'. Darlin' takes that one. Track 7 on Wild Honey, I'd Love Just Once to See You. I'd love just once to see you. I'd love just once to see you in the nude. Brian's inner, 12-year-old coming out. Versus on 2020, track 7 is Cotton Fields. Okay, that one's easy. I'd love just once to see you is goofy, but it's goofy fun. Cotton Fields is not. So that one goes to I'd love just once to see you. Track number 8 on Wild Honey is Here Comes the Night. Later revisited for what many people see as tragic results on the Light album, LA Light album, as a disco song, but here in its original form. And it goes up against track number 8 on 2020, I Went to Sleep. And I really like Here Comes the Night. I think it's a great song, but I Went to Sleep is brilliant, so we're going with 2020 on that one. Track 9 on Wild Honey, Let the Wind Blow. Ooh. I think I actually even hit some of the notes. Versus track number 9 on 2020, which is Time to Get Alone. Yeah, that one's going to go to Time to Get Alone. I like Let the Wind Blow. I think that's a really nice, it's a solid song, but yeah, Time to Get Alone. Track number 10 on Wild Honey is How She Boogalooed It. Versus track number 10 on 2020, which is Never Learn Not to Love. Okay, I'm not particularly fond of either one of these songs. I generally skip both of these songs. And I'm going to go with How She Boogalooed It, if only because it has absolutely no connection to Charles Manson. Not fair. I don't care. Track number, if you don't know what I mean with the Charles Manson, Google it. Track number 11 on Wild Honey is Mama Says. An excerpt from the Smile recordings. Or they may have done it for this, but it was originally part of the Smile recordings. Versus number 11 on 2020, Our Prayer, also from the Smile recordings. They're both vocal arrangements, a cappella. The difference is Our Prayer has some heft to it. Mama Says is just goofy, so we're going with Our Prayer on that one. Track 12 on Wild Honey. Wild Honey didn't have a track 12, so it gets track 2 off of Carl and the Passion So Tough, which is Here She Comes, which is a really good song. And it goes up against track 12 on 2020, which is Cabin Essence, which is a really good song. So really good versus really good. Yeah, that one's going to go to Cabin Essence. Which means Wild Honey gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2020 gets 7. So 2020 advances to the quarterfinals where it will meet Pet Sounds. Now, in the evens, I've got number 4's, or excuse me, I've got number 2, Smiley Smile, up against number 8, Holland. Smiley Smile from 67, Holland from 73. If you've watched my Beach Boys ranking video, you know that I think very, very highly of Holland. And you know that I think very, very not of Smiley Smile. This is likely to be a bloodbath. Track number 1 on Smiley Smile is Heroes and Villains from the Smile sessions. Track number 1 on Holland is Sail on Sailor. Heroes and Villains, that's a classic. Sail on Sailor, also a classic. Sail on Sailor, you got that wonderful Blondie Chaplin vocal. Oh, that's just, it's a wonderful song. Heroes and Villains has a level of complexity to it that's just a little bit better than Sail on Sailor. Yeah, we're going with Heroes and Villains. Smiley Smile gets one. Track number 2 on Smiley Smile is Vegetables. Vegetables. Track number 2 on Holland is Steamboat. That's easy. Steamboat. Track number 3, Fall Breaks and Back to Winter, the Woody Woodpecker Symphony, versus track 3 on Holland, California Saga, Big Sur. Now that's easy. California Saga, Big Sur. Track 4 on Smiley Smile is She's Going Bald. Track 4 on Holland is California Saga, The Beaks of Eagles. Now, the sense I have from what I've seen, what I've read, is that a lot of fans really don't care much for California Saga, The Beaks of Eagles. I've always liked it. I think it's solid. I like the Robinson Jeffers poem that is the backbone of it. And I like Al's musical interludes. I think it's some of Al's better writing. So that one over She's Going Bald, oh yeah, that's an easy win. Track number 5 on Smiley Smile is Little Pad. Track number 5 on Holland is California Saga, California. On my way to sunny California. And that's easy. California Saga, California. Track 6. Track 6 on Smiley Smile is Good Vibrations. One of 2 reasons for buying this album, the other being Heroes and Villains. Track 6 on Holland is The Traitor, one of Carl's better songs, maybe arguably his best. I'm a big fan of Long Promised Road and Feel Flows, but oh man, The Traitor, oof, that's a good song. But Good Vibrations is one of those watershed moments in pop rock history. So yeah, we kind of have to go with Good Vibrations. So frustratingly. Track 7 on Smiley Smile is With Me Tonight, and on Holland it's Leaving This Town. With Me Tonight is Leaving This Town is a good song, so Holland gets that one. Track 8 on Smiley Smile is Wind Chimes. Track 8 on Holland is Only With You. Now, the version of Wind Chimes that I've heard from the Smile recording sessions box set, I like. The version of Smile that appeared on Brian Wilson Presents Smile, I really like. This version of Wind Chimes irritates the shit out of me. So Only With You in a romp, because Only With You is a really good song. Track 9 on Smiley Smile is Gettin' Hungry. Track 9 on Holland is Funky Pretty. Funky Pretty by a landslide. Track 10 on Smiley Smile is Wonderful. If we're doing the version of Wonderful, one of the versions that I've heard in the Smile recording sessions, if we're doing Brian Wilson Presents Smile's version of Wonderful, if we're doing the version that he did for the Don Was, I Just Wasn't Made for These Times, oh man, he nails it in that soundtrack. This version, and it goes up against our first Carl and the Passions So Tough free agent that we've had to add to Holland, Hold On Dear Brother, which was track 5 on So Tough. And while this version of Wonderful isn't as good as the other versions I've seen, it's better than Hold On Dear Brother. So Wonderful takes that one. Track 11 on Smiley Smile is Whistle In. Track 11 on Holland is the second free agent from Carl and the Passions, Make It Good. Yeah, flip a coin. I'm going to go with Make It Good because I think it's technically a better performance. It's more complete. It's an actual song. Whistle In is... And then track 12, we've got the Battle of the Free Agents. Smiley Smile only had 11 tracks, so we added You Need a Mess of Help Standalone from Carl and the Passion So Tough, and it goes up against, from Carl and the Passion So Tough, All This Is That. And as much as I love You Need a Mess of Help to Stand Alone, it cannot stand against All This Is That. All This Is That is perfect. All This Is That is one of not just my favorite Beach Boys songs, it's one of my favorite songs, period, across the board, end of story. All This Is That easily. Which means I'm going to count the Smiley Smiles because they're easier. Smiley Smile got 3, which means Holland got 9. So Holland advances, as I said, or as I predicted, in a bloodbath to the quarterfinals. My other even preliminary round bout is between the 4th chronologically released album, Friends, from 1968, and the 6th from 1970, Sunflower. This will be interesting because I really like both of these albums and I think they're fairly evenly matched. So I'm interested to see how this one turns out. Track 1 on Friends is Meant for You. Track 1 on Sunflower is Slip On Through. Now, the argument for Meant for You is that it is a very emotionally direct song, which I like. I respond to that. The argument against it is that there's not much to it. I mean, it's itty bitty. Slip On Through, I think, is musically, I think it's a much better song than Meant for You. And it's a Dennis song. We want to give Dennis respect whenever we can. So yeah, we're going to go with Slip On Through. I think Slip On Through beats Meant for You. Track number 2 on Friends is the title track, Friends, We've Been Friends Now for So Many Years. That goes up against, on Sunflower, track 2 is This Whole World. I'm thinking about this whole world. A lot of people like This Whole World. I think it's a sentimental favorite among Brian fans because it's a sentimental favorite of Brian's. But I think Friends is the better song, so we're going to go with Friends there. Number 3 on Friends, we have Wake the World. And on Sunflower, we've got Add Some Music to Your Day. Yeah, I'm going to go with Add Some Music to Your Day. I like both of these songs. I think both of these songs are okay. I don't think either one of them is, like, out of the chute fantastic. But yeah, I Add Some Music to Your Day. I'll give it to that one. Track 4 on Friends, Be Here in the Morning. Be here in the morning. Be here and make my life fall. Track 4 on Sunflower is Got to Know the Woman. Got to Know the Woman, a Dennis rocker. Be Here in the Morning. Got to Know the Woman. I'm going to go with Got to Know the Woman on that one. Be Here in the Morning is a fun song, but yeah, Got to Know the Woman. That's a rocker. Track number 5 on Friends is When a Man Needs a Woman, which is a painfully goofy song. When a man needs a woman, they make things like you, my son. Oh, Jesus Christ. That goes up against, on Sunflower, Deirdre. I was just talking about Bruce Johnston with Disney Girls. I'm not a big fan of Deirdre. Not a big fan of When a Man Needs a Woman. Not a big fan of either one of these. I got to go with Deirdre. Sunflower should not feel proud of itself for this. This is a hollow victory. This is a Pyrrhic victory. Track number 6 on Friends is Passing By. Passing By is an instrumental. It does have vocals, but it's just which I love. I love listening to Brian and whoever he's double tracked with, if it's just Brian with himself or if that's Carl in there with him, whoever's in there with him. I love listening to that. The technical ability to hit all of those notes with vowel sounds just impresses the shit out of me. I love Passing By. And it goes up against number 6 on Sunflower, It's About Time, which is a good song. It's a nice up-tempo rocker, but I'm going with Passing By. Yeah, technical accomplishment beats toe tappy. Number 7 on Friends. We have flipped the vinyl over. On Friends, we have Annalie the Healer. The Healer. Annalie the Healer versus Tears in the Morning. Now, I'll be honest, I don't care for either one of these. throw a dart and let's hope it hits somebody. But if I have to pick one, I'll pick Tears in the Morning because, what the hell? Why not? Flip a coin, might as well. Track 8 on Friends is Little Bird, a Dennis song, which is a very good song. Track 8 on Sunflower is All I Want to Do, not to be confused with All I Want to Do from 2020. Little Bird is nice enough, but I'm going to go with All I Want to Do. That's a nifty song. Track 9 on Friends is Be Still, another Dennis track. Track 9 on Sunflower is Forever, another Dennis tune. These are both good, but oh my God, Forever is just, talk about emotional directness. Oh man, that's a song that makes me cry. I love Forever. Forever gets that one. Track number 10 on Friends is Busy Doing Nothing. I love Busy Doing Nothing. It's one of Brian's. Brian has a handful of songs over the catalog where it sounds like he's just writing about anything. It's just, I'm looking in my pocket to see what I've got. Oh, I've got 57 cents. What can that buy me? I don't know. It's like, it sounds like absolutely no thought went into these lyrics. And Busy Doing Nothing is one of those. But musically, oh my God, it's a nifty little bossa nova number. It's a toe-tappy little, I love Busy Doing Nothing. And it's up against number 10 on Sunflower, which is Our Sweet Love, which is one of my favorite songs on Sunflower. Shit. Yeah, I got to go with Busy Doing Nothing. I think Our Sweet Love is probably the better song, and it's got just a gorgeous Carl vocal. Oh my God, the way Our Sweet Love, man, he nails that note every time. It's just lovely. But I'm going to go with Busy Doing Nothing. Busy Doing Nothing, I think, makes me happier when I listen to it. Track number 11. On Friends, we have Diamond Head. Okay. And on Sunflower, we've got At My Window, which I actively despise. So that one's easy. We're going with Diamond Head. Track number 12 on Friends is Transcendental Meditation, which I actively despise. And it goes up against Cool, Cool Water on Sunflower, which is my favorite song on the album. That is the easiest call I've made to date out of all of this, including last week. So Cool, Cool Water gets that one. Which means Sunflower gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Friends only gets 4. So we've got an 8-4 victory for Sunflower. Sunflower advances to the quarterfinals. There's a jump cut right there because I lost track of where I was. And now I'm going to say, so that's it for our preliminaries. Sunflower is advancing to the quarterfinals to meet up against Holland. Now, I need a second to set up my spreadsheet. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. We're ready for the quarterfinals. Our two odd finishers, gotta be a better way of saying that. Our two odd seeds that made it this far are 1966's Pet Sounds and 1969's 2020. So here we go. Track 1 on Pet Sounds, as you will remember, is Wouldn't It Be Nice? Track 1 on 2020 is Do It Again. We've got two stone cold classics here. I think Do It Again has more legs, but I got to go with Wouldn't It Be Nice? It's a better song. So track 1 goes to Pet Sounds. Track 2 on Pet Sounds, You Still Believe in Me, versus track 2 on 2020, I Can Hear Music. And that is I Can Hear Music. You Still Believe in Me is a nice song, but I Can Hear Music. That's just Carl's beautiful voice. Track 3 on Pet Sounds is That's Not Me. Track 3 on 2020 is Bluebirds Over the Mountain. That's easy. That's Not Me. Pet Sounds gets a win. We're alternating back and forth. Track 4 on Pet Sounds is Don't Talk, Put Your Head on My Shoulder. Track 4 on 2020 is Be With Me. I got to be honest. This is hard for me to admit. I've never been a big fan of Don't Talk, Put Your Head on My Shoulder. There's something about Brian's voice when he's sliding into notes that it grates on my nerves. So I'm going with Be With Me on that one. This is the ping pong game. Track 5 on Pet Sounds is I'm Waiting for the Day. Track 5 on 2020 is All I Want to Do. The Dennis Rocker. Not the other, All I Want to Do. Yeah, that's I'm Waiting for the Day. We're keeping that ping pong thing going. Track number 6 on Pet Sounds is Let's Go Away for a While. Track number 6 on 2020, The Nearest Faraway Place. Woo, Pet Sounds gets 2 in a row finally. Let's Go Away for a While is a much better song than The Nearest Faraway Place. Track 7 on Pet Sounds, keep in mind we skipped Sloop John B. Track 7 is God Only Knows. Track 7 on 2020 is Cotton Fields. That is what they call a no-brainer, my friend. God Only Knows. Track 8, I Know There's an Answer versus I Know There's an Answer from Pet Sounds versus 2020's I Went to Sleep. And that's easy. I Went to Sleep. Track 9 on Pet Sounds is Here Today. Track 9 on 2020 is Time to Get Alone. As much as I like Here Today, I'm going with Time to Get Alone on that one. That's very close. I really like both of those songs, but Time to Get Alone I think is a better song. It's got a nice bouncy feel to it that I really like. Track 10 on Pet Sounds is I Just Wasn't Made for These Times. Track 10 on 2020 is the Charles Manson related Never Learn Not to Love, so we're going with I Just Wasn't Made for These Times because we really like that song. Track 11 on Pet Sounds is the title track, Pet Sounds, the second of the 2 instrumentals. Track 11 on 2020 is Our Prayer. And yeah, I'm going with Pet Sounds on that one. I like Our Prayer a lot. I like Pet Sounds better. Track 12 on Pet Sounds, we have Caroline No. Track 12 on 2020, we have Cabinescence. Ooh, 2 very classic, 2 very good. Oh man, I gotta go with Cabinescence on that one. Okay, so this is close. This is, let's see, Pet Sounds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7-5. Pet Sounds in a squeaker. Pet Sounds advances to the semifinals. Okay, the other matchup in our quarterfinal round here, we've got 1970's Sunflower up against 1973's Holland. Both very strong albums, both widely recognized as among the better albums that the Beach Boys released. Let's see how they go. Track 1 on Sunflower is Slip On Through. Track 1 on Holland, Sail On Sailor. Well, Sail On Sailor lost last time, but this time it wins. I like Slip On Through, but Sail On Sailor, oh yeah, I really like that one. Track 2 on Sunflower, This Whole World. I'm thinking about This Whole World. And that goes up against Steamboat on Holland. And I really like Steamboat. I think it's one of Dennis's better songs. Carl does a good vocal on it. The looping percussion, even though they didn't use loop, is highly effective. I really like Steamboat. Steamboat, he said, just like he's repeating the song, but I meant that in the sense of Steamboat gets the check. Track 3 on Sunflower, Add Some Music to Your Day. Nice little song. Versus California Saga, Big Sur on Holland. And I think got to Add Some Music to Your Day. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong line. I think Add Some Music to Your Day is a nice song, but I think Big Sur is a better song. So we're going to go with Big Sur. Track 4 on Sunflower's Got to Know the Woman, Dennis Rocker, up against California Saga, The Beaks of Eagles. And as much as I like The Beaks of Eagles, I'm going to give this one to Dennis. I mean, I do like the Beaks of Eagles a lot, but yeah, let's throw Dennis a bone here. Track 5 on Sunflower is Deirdre. On Holland, track 5 is California Saga, California. On my way to sunny California, on my way to spend another sunny day. Water. You don't care. Yeah, we're going with California on that one. It's not, one of the best songs on Holland, but it's better than Deirdre. Number 6 on Sunflower, It's About Time. It's about time. It's about time. Versus The Traitor on Holland. Okay, we can finally give Carl his due. He missed out on the last time Holland was up, but he's winning this time because I really like The Traitor. 7. Track number 7 on Sunflower is Tears in the Morning. I got tears in the morning. Track number 7 on Holland is Leaving This Town. Yeah, that one's pretty easy. Leaving This Town. Track number 8 on Sunflower is All I Wanna Do. Not the Dennis Rocker. Track 8 on Holland is Only With You. Another Dennis song. All I Wanna Do, Only With You. Yeah, I'll go All I Wanna Do. All I Wanna Do. Yeah. Track number 9 on Sunflower, we've got Forever. On Holland, we've got Funky Pretty. Now, I like Funky Pretty a lot. I like Forever a lot. I think Forever is, I was talking about it earlier, it's emotionally direct, makes me cry when I hear it. Funky Pretty is just a groovy tune with some nifty vocal interplay among the 57 different guys who take a lead vocal in there. But I'm going with Forever. Forever is the better song. At number 10, we've got Our Sweet Love as track 10 on Sunflower versus Hold On Dear Brother, the Carl and the Passions free agent on Holland. Yeah, Our Sweet Love is going to beat Hold On Dear Brother. Track number 11 on Sunflower is At My Window. A song, I got to be honest, I've never been particularly fond of. I skip it every time I listen to the album. And it goes up against the second Carl and the Passions So Tough free agent, which is Make It Good, which I'm not all that fond of either, but I'll listen to it before I'll listen to At My Window, so we'll give that one to Make It Good. And then finally, track 12, Cool, Cool Water on Sunflower, easily the best song on Sunflower, versus All This Is That. Probably my favorite overall Beach Boys song. It is not fair. It is not fair that Holland should be gaining from the free agent, but that's why you sign free agents when you head into the playoffs. You need to fill that gap in your roster, and Holland filled the gap. We're giving that one to All This Is That, as much as I adore Cool, Cool Water. Which means Sunflower got 1, 2, 3, 4. Holland got 8. Holland is advancing to the finals. Semifinals, excuse me. And we're back, and we're ready for the semifinals. We've got what I would have put cash money on a bet that says we would have had it. The two best albums that the Beach Boys recorded. They're fighting it out here. Pet Sounds from 1966 and Holland from 1973. Let's see who wins in this particular cage match. Track 1, we've got Wouldn't It Be Nice up against Sail On Sailor. And yeah, I'm going with Wouldn't It Be Nice. There is a charm to Wouldn't It Be Nice that I think I've said it before, that something is elevated, right? The charm of Wouldn't It Be Nice elevates it above a standard tune. I think Sail On Sailor is a good, solid song, but nothing about it elevates the way Wouldn't It Be Nice does. So we're going with Wouldn't It Be Nice. Track 2 on Pet Sounds, You Still Believe in Me. You Still Believe in Me. I'm tempted to try to sing it, but I'm getting it. I'm at the tail end of a cold. It won't be pretty. It goes up against number 2 on Holland, which is Steamboat. And I've talked a lot about Steamboat and how much I like it, so I shouldn't be horribly surprised that I'm going to say Steamboat beats You Still Believe in Me. One each for the 2 albums. Track number 3 on Pet Sounds, That's Not Me, versus track number 3, Big Sur. Now, I like Big Sur. I think it's a good song. It's No, That's Not Me. I'm going to go with That's Not Me. Track 4, Don't Talk, Put Your Head on My Shoulder, is track 4 on Pet Sounds. I admitted last time, I'm not the biggest fan of that. Track 4 on Holland is The Beaks of Eagles. I think virtually any other Beach Boys fan in the world is going to put Don't Talk over Beaks of Eagles. They're not just going to pick it over Beaks of Eagles. They're going to say, are you kidding? Of course. Who the hell would put Beaks of Eagles above Don't Talk, Put Your Head on My Shoulders? I would. I'm picking Beaks of Eagles. Track 5, I'm Waiting for the Day, is track 5 on Pet Sounds. Track 5 on Holland is California Saga, California. I'm waiting for the day when you can love again. On my way to sunny California. Yeah, we're going with I'm Waiting for the Day. Track 6 on Pet Sounds, Let's Go Away for a While, the first of the 2 instrumentals, up against track 6 on Holland, The Traitor. Carl is not losing to an instrumental. I don't care how good it is. We're going with The Traitor. Track 7 on Pet Sounds, God Only Knows, versus track 7 on Holland, Leaving This Town. I like Leaving This Town, but it is not God Only Knows. God Only Knows gets that one. Track 8 on Pet Sounds, is I Know There's an Answer. Track 8 on Holland is Only With You. Only with you. I know there's an answer. I know now, but I had to find it by myself. I think I hit about half of those notes. Oh, I know there's an answer. That one was hard. Mostly because they're both good but not great. Track 9 on Pet Sounds, Here Today. Because it's here today and it's gone tomorrow. It's here and gone so fast. Versus number 9 on Holland, Funky Pretty. I like Funky Pretty, but we're going with... I like Here Today, but we're going with Funky Pretty. Okay, track number 10 on Pet Sounds, I Just Wasn't Made for These Times, up against the first free agent from Carl and the Passions, Hold On Dear Brother on Holland. I Just Wasn't Made for These Times. That's easy. Track 11, also easy. We've got Pet Sounds, the second of the 2 instrumentals, up against Make It Good, the second of the 3 free agents. That's going to Pet Sounds. Make It Good is fine, but Pet Sounds is better. And then finally, we have Caroline No against All This Is That. And yeah, I gotta go with All This Is That. I mean, I love Caroline No. Oh, where is the girl I used to know? How could you lose that happy glow? Oh, Caroline No. Oh, it's just a wonderful song. But All This Is That is one of those songs that if you listen to it in the right frame of mind, it's going to change your life. Just seriously, folks, if you have never listened to All This Is That from Carl and the Passions So Tough, take a break from this video right now. Listen to that song. Listen to it with a good pair of a good set of headphones, and listen to it. Be present in the song. Oh my God, wonderful song. Okay, so Pet Sounds has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Holland has 5. So Pet Sounds is going to advance to the final, where it is going to meet up with 1965's The Beach Boys Today. Songs that were, or albums that were recorded almost back to back. We had summer days and summer nights in between them, but I like to think of Beach Boys Today and Pet Sounds as being, more akin to one another. But we're going to do that next week. That's going to be our grand final, the grand championship. We're going to do some extra stuff. We're going to do a Pro Bowl, which is going to be a quick track versus track of the two best albums of the post Holland years. That's starting the albums that were released between 15 big ones, and That's Why God Made the Radio. So I'm going to pick the two best albums out of that. We're going to do a track versus track of those two albums. It's going to be fun. We're going to have the grand championship. We're going to determine the Beach Bowl winner of 2025. Ooh, I'm excited. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you click the like button. While you're down there clicking, go ahead and click the subscribe button if you've not already done so. I would appreciate it. It costs you nothing, but it means the world to me, so I very much appreciate it. As you are subscribing, go ahead and click the notification bell. The YouTube folks appreciate that, so on their behalf, I appreciate it as well. Also, while you're down there, leave a comment. Tell me what you think I got wrong, what you think I got right, if you think I'm wasting my time, if you think it's sacrilege. Drop the note. I always love hearing from you. Thanks again for hanging out with me today, and I hope that the rest of your day is tranquil. I'll see you soon.